It's a samurai.
Anybody speak Japanese?
何が目的だ?
Tell me he did not just speak Japanese.
I can do things. 我々はあなたを傷つけるつもりはない.
So, I'm leaving Central City.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go stay with a friend in Blue Valley for a while.
Every hero has their own journey. If yours is taking you on a new path, you owe it to yourself to go.
Good to see you, son.
You too.
Oh.
How's Blue Valley?
Oh. Self-reflection and the battle with a starfish from outer space gives you perspective.
So you found what you were looking for.
I don't know, to be honest.
Well, we are glad you're home.
Looks like you found the guy behind the bus, Metis.
Yeah.
So, you want to suit up, take him down?
No, now it's his move. But I think we take our time, formulate a plan.
You know Wally?
You can make it.
He's still in Blue Valley?
Cambodia.
Happy holidays, everybody. So I've gotten a couple requests for special Easter egg videos. Naturally, we're talking about Wally going to Titans maybe, so I figured this would be a good video to do during this time of the year. But because it's the holidays, I'm also doing a new round of that Blast Ring giveaway. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. Probably the biggest one is the Starro Easter egg. So a lot of people are thinking Justice League, but Kid Blash was actually a member of the Titans. It was just that it was Bart Allen who was the member because it was the Jeff Johns run. But because they're changing things in the Arrowverse, and Jeff Johns is teasing things from his run, they're just mixing and matching a lot of things from different eras. So fighting a starfish from outer space, Starro in Blue Valley is an Easter egg for the Titans of Tomorrow story arc during Volume 3. Now the actual cover is from issue number 52, but that was like part 2 of this time travel story where the Titans of today were fighting the Titans of tomorrow who had become the Justice League. So Tim Drake, who was the Robin of Teen Titans at the time, was fighting his older self who had taken the mantle of the Bat. Miss Martian was also on that team. She was fighting her older self who had taken the mantle of Martian Manhunter. So it was sort of like the Justice League of Tomorrow made up of the older versions of Teen Titans characters who'd come back in time to change the past to bring about this totalitarian state. So there was a lot of eye-winking at the Teen Titans becoming the Justice League eventually, so they paid a lot of homage to Justice League Easter eggs like Brave and the Bold fighting Starfish, like the first big Justice League team-up. So the Teen Titans TV show is going with more of an original Teen Titans vibe minus the Cyborg character because he was part of that original roster. They're just borrowing from a lot of things that happened during Jeff Johns' run. When we actually start getting Titans episodes next year, then I'll explain where Easter eggs are from during different comic book runs. The second big one, the Cambodia one, is actually Rose Wilson Ravager. The thing to remember, like I keep talking about this Jeff Johns roster, Rose Wilson was a member of the Teen Titans during Jeff Johns' run. The reason why Cambodia is so important is because that's where she was born. That's where her mother was from. Slade Wilson was sent down there to help this woman who became Rose Wilson's mother. During Deathstroke's solo title, it was Deathstroke number 15, he was sent down to Cambodia to rescue someone called Sweet Lily, who he sort of fell in love with, had a liaison. Rose Wilson was the product of that. What happened is Deathstroke got divorced from Adeline Kane, who's the mother of Grant Wilson, who we met in the Arrowverse, as well as Jericho, who just got that storyline during the Arrow episodes this season. He was hired to go to Cambodia on a rescue op for this person called Sweet Lily. They totally did the deed. Lily kept the baby a secret from Deathstroke. Eventually, she went to New York, grew up, and then Billy Wintergreen learned about the child and thought that it might be Deathstroke's daughter during a separate storyline called Deathstroke the Hunted. Then about 10 years after that, she became a much more mainstream character, joined the Teen Titans at the beginning of Volume 3, and the rest is history. Wally speaking Japanese during episode 1 is a bit of a meta Easter egg. There's a bunch of different things happening here. So one, it's an Easter egg for the Flash number 180, where it was the Barry Allen version of the Flash from the Silver Age fighting Samuroids that had been created by Baron Katana. Like Wally gets hoisted up with the katana while he's wearing Barry Allen's suit. But it's also an eye wink at the Teen Titans anime cartoon. That was actually a cartoon that has its origins in anime. When they were envisioning it, they wanted to market to very young kids, and at the time, Japanese anime was super popular. So you had a bunch of traditional Western animation cartoons that you would see on Cartoon Network or the Disney Channel that were emulating anime. So with a lot of these Easter eggs, you can see that they're eye-winking at Titans stuff, even though I'm convinced that Wally will probably not go on Titans during Season 1. What will probably happen is they'll keep Wally in the Arrowverse proper just because those 4 shows are a little more organized than the new stuff that's happening. They'll get their shit figured out with Titans, they'll introduce their core roster and the other big characters that they've already confirmed like Hawk and Dove. Donna Troy might be coming on. There's just so many big characters from the classic Teen Titans comics that it usually winds up being a nightmare when you just throw too many characters on screen at once without developing them all. So I think they're going to try and play it safe with the way that they introduce characters to that show, because pretty much any of the Arrowverse characters could cross over to that because there have been so many crossovers in the comics.
To know, with the new Titans show coming and the mention of Bruce Wayne on Arrow today, is there any chance we'll see the Titans show in the Arrowverse? And if not, will we see any Arrowverse characters on the Titans show?
A great question. Again, above my pay grade. The one thing I will say this, the one thing I've learned is never say never. I could not begin to tell you how often we say to each other, like, we never thought any of this was going to happen. We never thought we'd see all these characters. We never thought there'd be like a universe. So I never say never, but in terms of like which characters can be on which shows and what's part of the universe, above my pay grade, and probably that's a good thing.
So that's why you see a lot of these TV shows just eye-winking at really big things. Like Arrow just introduced the idea of Bruce Wayne. It's not necessarily them saying that we're going to introduce that character during this season. It's just them laying the groundwork for a big character reveal and him to eventually enter the Arrowverse in some way. They just haven't quite figured out how they're going to accomplish that. But in the meantime, they can make all the references they want. So there is an intelligent design behind all these shows crossing over. But a lot of times, like with these Wally West Titans Easter eggs, it's just them having a little bit of fun. So most of the writers that are writing these things on all the shows don't have any say in whether or not characters cross over on TV shows. That involves a lot of contractual stuff behind the scenes that only the producers get involved in the powers that be. So what'll happen is we'll just watch Wally West and see how many more Titans Easter eggs they drop this season and see if it gives us any clues about where he's going. Because in the short term, there's a lot of more likely candidates for where he could go inside the Arrowverse. They have a lot more control over the 4 shows that are confirmed Arrowverse than they do over the new stuff, like Black Lightning or Titans. Technically, they're all Berlantiverse, but because all the shows are supposed to feel very, very different, like Black Lightning isn't going to cross over with Arrow the Flash right away, neither is Titans. They're just going to do their own thing, then eventually they'll figure out how they're going to cross the characters over. But of all the Wally West Easter eggs this season, for him doing other big Justice League Titans stuff, which one is your favorite? And what'll happen is there'll be much more DC this week. Just leave all your requests in the comments below. I'm working on some new Deadpool that should post in a couple hours. There's a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on the video. Congratulations to the winner from my last video, David Wayne. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll name a new winner when I post new DC. But click here for brand new Flash Season 4 and click here for the new Black Panther Christmas trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.